Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Julia and I'm here today to bring you another pick a card reading. The title of the video today is What Important Message Do You Need to Hear Right Now? So I'm very excited to bring you this reading today. I've got lots of cards. I think I've got 4 decks of oracle cards and a couple of decks of tarot cards, and we shall see what we get. So please remember that this is a general reading, that I'm tapping into a collective here, not a personal energy. Everybody is welcome. This reading is timeless, and hopefully if you've been drawn to look at this video by the title or the thumbnail, hopefully there'll be a message here for you. The video will follow the same format as before. I will give my first deck a little shuffle. I'll draw 3 cards and place a crystal on them for you to choose from. Then I'll pause the video. Then I'll come back and I'll shuffle all the rest of the cards and make some piles. And I'll pause the video and then I will do piles 1, 2 and 3 for you. So, as I said, I'm very excited to do this for you today. I hope that everybody is well. I hope everybody is okay. It's a lovely Sunday here in the UK. I've been out and potted some strawberries up this morning, so it's been a lovely day today. But anyway, without further ado, I shall give my power animals cards a little shuffle, and then I shall draw 3 cards for you to choose from, and I shall place a crystal on them. And when you're choosing your cards, really, you just want to go with your gut feeling. You want to go with what your intuition is telling you. You don't want to study the cards too much or think about it too much. I think your intuition or your gut feeling generally takes you in the right direction. So yeah. So Spirit, please, for my viewers today, what important message do they need to hear today? What important message do they need to hear right now? What would be helpful for them to hear right now? Thank you. So, we have Dragonfly is card number 1. The Owl is card number 2. And the Elephant is card number 3. So, I hope that you can see those there. So we have the Dragonfly, we have the Owl, and we have the Elephant. So you'll have to see what you're drawn to, what you feel. I think I'm going to place the Turquoise on the Dragonfly. I'm going to place the Amethyst on the Owl. And I'm going to place the Snowflake obsidian on the Elephant there. So there we go. There's your 3 cards. I shall pause the video now and then I will see you in a mo for the shuffling. If you're into the shuffling, some people like to see all the cards shuffled and some people aren't bothered. So I shall either see you for the shuffling or I shall see you for your pile. So thank you. Okay, hello, so we're back. So let's get on with some shuffling and get these piles sorted for you. So pile number 1 is the Dragonfly, pile number 2 is the Owl, and pile number 3 is the Elephant. I'm also going to use a Moonology card here. I will put all the cards that I'm using in the description box, and you'll also find the timestamps and the chapters in the description box as well. So, Spirit, what important messages do my viewers need to know today? What important messages would be helpful for them today? Thank you. So we have card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. I'm also going to draw a little Time Island Wellness card. These are primarily relationship-based cards, all kinds of relationships, not just romantic relationships. But I thought, as this is quite a general title of what important messages do you need to hear, that could encompass anything really, couldn't it? From relationships to family, friends, your job, your home life, your health, your thought processes, your inner world, your outer world. It could be anything, literally, couldn't it? So I thought we'd use a wide variety of cards today for my intuition to tap into and to give us the best chance of some good messages for you today, some important messages for you today. So, what do my viewers need to know today, Spirit, please? Okay. I'm also going to draw a Rebel deck card here, which I like. I don't know whether it's everyone's cup of tea, this little deck, because it is rude, there's swear words, and it's quite blunt and to the point, to be honest. But I often find that even in the bluntness and even in the swearing, there's a lot of relevance, actually. I use these cards a fair amount for myself when I just need a quick answer to something sometimes. These cards just sort of cut out all the crap. So Spirit, what important message do my viewers need to hear today, please? What would be helpful for them to hear today? Thank you. So, card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. I'm going to draw 3 of these tarot cards. This is the Book of Shadows, Volume 2. And then I shall draw 3 of my tarot of the oppositions cards. And if I need to clarify them as I go along with the readings, I will do. But hopefully, I think this is 10 cards altogether, isn't it? It should be a very nice reading for you, I hope. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So Spirit, please, what important messages do my viewers need to hear today? Thank you. Two and 3. Okay. Oops. And then my last deck here, which is, sorry, this one was the Tower of the Oppositions. This one is Volume 2 of my Book of Shadows tarot deck. So Spirit, please, for the last time, if we could have 3 more cards each for these piles, please, of what important messages do my viewers need to know right now, today? What would be helpful for them to hear? What would be helpful for them to reflect upon? Thank you. Okay. So, 1, 2, and 3. So there we go. That is all the cards for you. Pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And they are sliding around. So there we go. I shall see you in a mo for your pile. Hello everyone. Hello pile number 1. I was just having a little break there to have a drink and have some dark chocolate. I honestly think that my mind is powered by 70% dark chocolate. So, I've got your pile here and we are ready to go. Pile number 1. So we have this lovely turquoise here. Excuse me, I am still eating my chocolate. So we have this lovely turquoise here, and to me turquoise represents serenity, positivity and creativity. So that's a lovely crystal to start with. And we have the card of Dragonfly, which the keywords on this card are illusion and you know who you really are. So let's have a moment just to think about this card here and what that might mean. The word illusion instantly to me talks of masks, perhaps. Perhaps even personas, the different masks that we wear in life. Yeah. Dragonflies flit around, don't they? They change quite dramatically depending on the weather, depending on the sun. You can be walking down a path when the sun is not out and not really see these little creatures, and then as soon as the sun comes out they're flitting about, aren't they? So they are very changeable, and they make me think psychologically and spiritually, I guess, of masks and personas. And masks and personas are the things that we develop in childhood, aren't they? They're the things that are coping strategies for us. We develop different masks for different people, for different situations. It's a little bit of people pleasing, isn't it? I think these are habits that start off quite innocently and quite defensively, quite protectively, but in the end it becomes a little bit divisive. It can become a little bit people pleasing. So as the title of this video today is what important messages do you need to hear right now, maybe it would just be that you don't need these masks anymore. You don't need to rely on these personas and these masks, and that actually you can just let yourself be you with all your different sort of splendid colours, because the dragonfly has loads of lovely iridescent colours, looks different in different lights, and that is the nature of the dragonfly. There's no hiding that. So I think perhaps that's the message here, is that you know who you really are, and that's okay. Do you get what I mean? That's okay. That is okay. So what do we have here with a Moonology card? Take time to breathe out, and a disseminating moon. Just trying to remember what a disseminating moon is. I think a disseminating moon is the time period immediately after a full moon. I think we've got a moon here that is almost full. So this is perhaps a time when the very charged energy of the full moon is just starting to dissipate, I think, with this take time out here. This is a time to take stock, to rest, to breathe. I guess it could be a tranquil time, couldn't it, after the energy of the full moon. So this might be a time to just accept yourself, accept where you are now, accept where other people are now, accept the situation, rest, breathe, and perhaps just reflect upon where you are and where you're going. It's a bit of a time out, isn't it? I think really, that card. So we've got a card here of masks and of knowing who you are, of accepting who you are, and we've also got a card here of accepting where you are in life, not who you are necessarily, but where you are. So that's a very similar kind of theme there, isn't it? So with your Time Island Wellness card, we've got the boat, which would imply movement. And the message on this card is receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. So this fits in quite nicely as well, actually, doesn't it, with the take time to breathe out. Yeah, fits in quite nicely with that, doesn't it, about accepting where you are right now, actually. Giving yourself what you need. Yeah, this boat here is movement, isn't it? And I guess the movement of this boat can be varied, can't it? At times it might speed along in the wind, and at times it might just sort of poodle along in a gentle breeze and not get anywhere very quickly. But it's a card of movement, of arriving, of leaving, and of the journey in between, the progression of the journey in between. And I think already, really, I'm very much getting the feeling here with your cards that this is like the journey of you, isn't it? This is the journey of your psyche, of your spirit. Oh, wow. Do you know, these cards are often not that positive, actually. They can be quite bluntly in your face, but this is lovely. You are the best thing to ever happen to you. Go easy on your arse. Buy yourself a damn drink. Go easy on your arse. Buy yourself a damn drink. Which is like, just like chill out, isn't it? Let yourself be. Treat yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Let your hair down a little bit. Accept yourself. There's very much the theme here, isn't there? If we're talking about what important messages you need to receive at the moment, pile number one, it would be very strongly to accept yourself, to accept your situation, to accept where you are in life, to not feel that you have to hide, to not feel that you have to pretend to be anything for anybody else, but to just be yourself. Because you're the best thing that's ever happened to you, pile number one. So with your tarot cards, we've got the Six of Cups in its light attributes there, and the Six of Cups is Scorpio energy. This is lovely, isn't it? This is happy times, special times, fond memories, togetherness, family, feeling sentimental, maybe looking back at some times that you had in your life, times when you felt settled and secure and happy. That's such a nice image there, isn't it, of a boy with his dad going fishing, learning how to fish. That's lovely. I did say, didn't I, at the beginning of this reading with Dragonfly, that these kind of personas and these masks can often be the things that develop in childhood. Perhaps with this card there is a little aspect of people pleasing here, or a little aspect of wanting to please your dad, wanting to please your mum, your dad, your family, but very much wanting to be the good child, the clever child, to get things right. A lot of these habits can kind of become established in our childhood. Doesn't necessarily mean that we had a bad childhood. They're things that are quite normal, I think, to many of us, really. We also have the Four of Pentacles, and this is in its shadow attributes, actually, this card here. The Four of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, and in its darker attributes, this can really mean sort of being a bit mean, really, a bit sort of tight-fisted, hanging on to things, not wanting to share, not wanting to let go, not wanting to let others in, feeling fearful of a lack, feeling that there might not be enough. It's a sort of poverty mindset, really, isn't it? I don't know what that's about for you here, pile number one, or how that might resonate for you, but for me, I think it fits in just still here with this this need to accept yourself and to like and love yourself and to see yourself warts and all, and actually that's okay. That life is a progression, life is a movement, that you can have what you need, that it's okay, that you don't have to hang on to things. Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting there. We've got the Nine of Cups. That's in its that's very much in its shadow attributes as well. I'm sorry, this is quite a new deck of cards to me, so you will find me gazing at these cards quite a lot because I'm an intuitive reader and I get much of my information from the images on the cards, from the colours, the pictures, how the cards make me feel, what they spark in my intuition and my imagination. So the Nine of Cups, this is Pisces energy, this is Jupiter in Pisces, and we've got this in its shadow attributes here, really. So as we can see, this woman has perhaps overindulged somewhat with the nicer things of life. She's maybe put on a little bit too much weight there. She's surrounded by potions and jars and bottles, and I don't know, I think it represents a kind of possibly a vanity. It's certainly the fulfillment of something, but the fulfillment of something not quite so positive. Maybe this is what you fear. Maybe this is what you fear. That if you were to let go, if you were to let the mask slip, if people were to see the real you, that they might not like what they see. They might see a side of you that is not quite so perfect or quite so balanced. We can all be vain. We can all eat too much sometimes. We can all spend too much time looking in the mirror. I think that just makes you human, really. You know, I think it just makes you human. We've also got the Four of Cups here. And the Four of Cups is Cancer energy. This is the moon in Cancer. So this is being kind of switched off, isn't it? Not really engaging, not really being interested, just kind of being switched off. We've got the Five of Wands here. That's a good card. I like that. There's a lot of emotion to be seen in that card there. So this is Leo. This is Saturn in Leo. So fives often in numerology represent sort of change, uncertainty, conflict, challenges. And it looks to me like that's exactly what's going on there. There's obviously something that needs to be sorted out on this laptop, and it's like everybody's falling out rather than getting on with it and working together. There's some silly squabbles and yeah, everybody having different ideas, kind of not working well together there, perhaps. And then lastly, we have got the Page of Swords there, which is air energy. It's Aquarius, Gemini or Libra. And it's very represented very differently in this card. But traditionally to me, the Page of Swords is a bit of a detective, really. It's somebody who's got a very bright and busy mind, somebody that likes to uncover things, that likes to get to the bottom of things, somebody that wants to learn. So let's have a look at what we've got here all together. So we talked, didn't we, about this illusionary quality that might be going on for you at the moment, this perhaps pattern of behaviour within you to mask some of your thoughts and feelings, to hide, to not really let people see the real you. There's very much a feeling with these cards of holding on, of feeling stuck. There's fear in these cards. There's fear, I think, of what might happen if people did see the actual real you. I think there's some very fond memories of your childhood, of or of a time and a place in your life where you did feel accepted for who you are, where you did feel accepted and included and connected. And I get the feeling here, perhaps, pile number one, that you've not had that feeling for a time, that perhaps what you've had instead is more of a fear, really, a fear of falling out, a fear of expressing yourself, a fear of being understood, accepted, seen, heard, a fear that if people saw the real you, that they might not like you, they might abandon you. Yeah. There's a little bit of as I said, there's a little bit of a poverty kind of mindset here, that you might not get what you need, and that if you don't people please, or you don't hide perhaps your true intentions, your true desires and wishes, that you just won't get what you want. And I think these cards really are here to tell you that you can most definitely have what you want. You know who you are, you know your own worth, you know what you're capable of, you know your good side, you know your not so good side, you know your positives, your negatives, you know who you are, and you don't need to apologise for who you are. None of us are perfect. None of us can sit in our light attributes all the time. We all let ourselves down at times. We all kind of betray ourselves at times. But I think really, as the title of this video is, what important messages do you need to hear today, or do you need to hear right now, is to just try and let some of it go. Just try and chill out a little bit. Try and just be yourself. Try and be yourself. And accept that not everybody is going to take to you. Not everybody is going to like you. And that is actually okay. It's just not necessary that everybody does like you, that you get on with everybody. You really don't need to keep changing yourself to fit in around other people. This card here of the boat, I think this is quite an important card here, because as I said, this does imply movement. Different kinds of movement as well, but this is a card of change, isn't it? As I said, this is a card of arriving, but also leaving. So this might bring up for you issues around closure, around leaving certain people or leaving certain situations. That might be something that you find difficult. That might be something that comes from your childhood, a kind of fear of abandonment, a fear of letting people go. But I think with this card and that energy of the boat and this energy of the disseminating moon, of time to breathe out, I think it's all here trying to tell you that actually it's okay. It's life, it's the cycles of life, the movement of life. Sometimes life flows quite gently, sometimes life is tranquil and we're at peace, and sometimes we're in conflict with other people. Sometimes we have obstacles, and that it's important to be flexible, to go with the flow, and to not try to hang on to anything in particular too much, because I think that that's limiting. That's a binding energy. That's an energy that will keep us trapped and stuck. So there we go, pile number one. I hope that that was helpful for you. I really enjoyed doing that, actually. Please do let me know in the comments if this resonated for you, if you got anything out of it. Please do give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and obviously please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. That would be fantastic. But I hope that you enjoyed that, and I hope that it's given you something to think about anyway. But thank you. Hello everybody, hello pile number two people. I was just trying to clear the air here, and I've set fire to my sage stick way too much. So here we go. That's a lot of smoke. That's a lot of very cleared energy, isn't it? I'm going to put that over there just for the time being, I think, because I just think that's just a bit too much smoke. So, hello, pile number two. Oh, honestly, I can't believe that's still smoking so badly. There we go. I'll be able to see that coming over in clouds in a minute. Right, pile number two. So it was very interesting for pile number one. So I'm quite excited to do pile number two here. You had this lovely amethyst, which is all about intuition, isn't it? This is a lovely crystal to use to help you become more intuitive, to become in touch with your psychic powers. And we had for you, in your power animals card, we had owl, which is omens. Pay attention to signs. So I think with this card, with the pay attention to signs. This is particularly to pay attention to signs, to things that are repetitive, things that you notice quite a lot. Oh dear, sorry, I'm going to try and put this out. I'm worried it's going to make my smoke detectors go off because it's just not going out. And my room is starting to fill up with smoke here. See if that might go out a bit better. In fact, I'm just going to pause the video quickly and I'm going to open my window. I do apologise. Hello, I do apologise. I've got it sat under my window now with the window open. So hopefully we won't get smoked out and my smoke alarm won't go off. So where was I? So yeah, pay attention to signs. Pay attention particularly, I think, to repetitive signs. This is things that you might have noticed coming up a few times for you. These can be things that you can hear or feel or see. Signs can be quite subtle or they can be quite obvious. They might be things that you've overheard in conversations, something you've seen on the TV, the same car that you've seen drive past you, the same sort of symbol that you've seen somewhere or other. Do you know, one of the favourite ways that I see signs and omens is in the clouds. You know, I'll often see the same face in the clouds on multiple days, or I'll see the same sort of animal shape in the clouds. And I take those things as signs and omens, really. So that's interesting, isn't it? Because we've got the amethyst here as well, which talks of intuition and psychic abilities. So there may be something there, mightn't there? So your Moonology card here, we've got surrender to the divine. This is a full moon card. It's not a full moon in any particular sign, but it's a full moon. And I think with the full moon, to me, that always represents things coming to a head, sort of energy coming to a head. It's always a positive card, I think, a full moon card. It can sometimes, in fact always, I think it means that emotions can be running high about something, or your emotions might be close to the surface, if you like. Yeah, like I said though, I think that this is a positive card, and this card might also push us towards sort of letting go of things, letting go of the past, letting go of negativity, and taking faith, having faith that answers are coming, that we will find the answers, we will find our place, we'll find our truth in life. Which, as I said, goes quite well with the card omens here, doesn't it, of paying attention to the signs. There is a kind of surrender to that, isn't there, in this sort of paying attention, of accepting that our world is more mysterious than we might originally think, that there is more to our world than just our physical and material trappings, and that sometimes the universe works in mysterious ways. It brings information to us in mysterious ways. So, for your Love Island Wellness card, we've got the Phoenix. So this is something being reborn, something transforming, something coming to life. This is a new phase, a rekindling, a renewing, a transformation, a growth, and a changed mind. That all fits in, doesn't it, quite nicely with the owl here and the full moon. It's all quite mysterious, isn't it? To me, it feels like there might be a lot of change going on for you at the moment, pile 2. Even perhaps things that might have felt painful or difficult or challenging for you. It is my feeling that, yeah, that things, that you've had to kind of get your head around a lot of things recently is what I'm feeling. I don't think it's all been plain sailing for you, has it? What have we got here for your Rebel deck? Oh, they broke your heart. Well, that's very specific, isn't it? Fuck them. So they broke your heart. Who broke your heart? And have you reached a place, a bit like this phoenix here, of growth and renewal? Have you actually reached some kind of acceptance with this, I'm wondering? Or are you perhaps hoping that something might be rekindled, that they might change their mind? Perhaps you've been looking out for little signs and little synchronicities that perhaps they might have changed their mind. They might be feeling differently about you. I don't know. Certainly there's been something going on, something that's been kind of painful for you, and I think you've had to look inwards quite strongly. As I said, for this surrender to the divine with the full moon, as I said, that emotions can be running quite high with that card. Your emotions can be quite close to the surface. Things can be coming to a head for you in your life, which is painful, isn't it? Which is really difficult when things are building up into that sort of volcano of pressure where you know that something is going to happen, you know that there's going to be a change, you know that you're going to have to do something differently. But as I also said, this full moon card is a positive card. It's a card that's asking you to let go of the past, to stop worrying and to not be attached to those things, to just let it go, because answers will be coming to you. And I think this is the thing with signs and synchronicities and omens. They're not things you can force. You can't just decide that you're going to see things or feel things or hear things. Things come to you when they're ready, because it's part of a divine order, it's part of a divine plan. But this is quite specific, isn't it, pile number 2? They broke your heart. So what have we got in your tarot cards here? We've got the 10 of Pentacles, and this is in its dark attributes, its shadow attributes. The 10 of Pentacles is Virgo, and generally this card represents the coming together, the conclusion of good things, you know, the building of a home, of a community, a family. Things feeling good, things feeling positive. And I think that's what we're seeing here with this card and its light attributes. It's like, come in, isn't it? Welcome, you're welcome, come into our home, be part of things. And here where we turn the card over, the door's shut. Nobody's passing, nobody's coming in. There's no sharing here. The colours in this card are cold and detached. There's a depression here, isn't there? There's a sadness. If somebody broke your heart, did they break up your family? I don't know. We've got the Page of Pentacles here also in his shadow attributes. The Page of Pentacles is an earth card. This is Taurus, Capricorn or Virgo yet again. The Page of Pentacles is normally a very positive, young, fresh energy. Somebody that is keen to sort of make strides in the world, to forge out a little place for themselves. I think when we look at this in its shadow attributes, this is whatever it is that you've been trying to achieve has just felt really difficult. I think it's like you're kind of burnt out with it, you're fed up with it, frustrated, closed to new possibilities, maybe even. We've got the Eight of Cups here, which we also have in its shadow attributes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so the Eight of Cups here, this is Pisces energy, this is Saturn in Pisces. The Eight of Cups is often just sort of like leaving things behind, striking out on your own, following your heart, being fearless, really, and positive, following the signs. You know, in this card here, he's following this key. In this card, he's clutching the key. And there's like an excess of emotion there, if you like, with all of the water, all of the rain. It's like a drowning in emotion, too much emotion, holding on to that emotion. Ah, what have we got here? The Devil. So this is Capricorn again. We've got a lot of earth energy here for you, pile number 2. So this is all of the things that we crave, that we desire, that we want, that we kind of know aren't good for us. We kind of know there's a price, there's a consequence, that we can only have or do some of these things in moderation. This is a card of excess, isn't it? This is a card of codependency. This is a card of not wanting to let go of things that may not be good for us. You know, of self-sabotage, of continuing to do things that are not good for us. Okay. What else have we got here? We've got the Four of Wands. That's a lovely card. I'm pleased to see that here, pile number 2. So this is, what's the Four of Wands? That's Aries, isn't it? It's Venus in Aries. So this is people coming together to enjoy their time together, to build something positive, something that brings well-being and pleasure and happiness and connectedness. Okay. And then lastly, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is more earth energy, isn't it? This is Venus. This is Virgo, Capricorn or Taurus yet again. So this is a person who is quite at home in their environment. really takes a great deal of pleasure from being out in nature, from enjoying the simple things in life, good company, good food, abundance, colours, flowers, the sunshine. Somebody who's almost part of the earth, really, somebody who's really happy and contented there. So let's have a look at these cards and see if I can kind of summarise this for you and sum up this energy for you. So we've got signs, omens, which, because this is important messages for you, isn't it? This is important messages for you to look at this time. And we also had the Amethyst, which is about using your own intuition, asking spirit for help, asking spirit for advice, maybe meditation, certainly spending quiet times to enable you to take notice of the signs and synchronicities around you, of allowing them to come to you. Your emotions can be running high at this time. I think that you're suffering at the moment. I think that somebody's broken your heart, haven't they? Somebody's really, really hurt your feelings. You may be feeling shut out of something, alone, kind of depressed. Looking for answers, having trouble letting go of the past, holding on to things that may no longer be serving you, feeling like you can't give up certain things or certain people even in your life, feeling dependent or almost addicted to certain people or certain things in your life. And certainly hoping that you might be able to rekindle something. That's very much the feeling that I'm getting here, actually, is that perhaps if your relationship has ended for you recently, that you've had trouble letting go of that, and that perhaps you have been looking around at signs and synchronicities and hoping to see some kind of sign that you could rekindle things with this person, that they might come back. That they might have changed their mind. But if I'm honest here, pile number 2, I'm not really seeing that. I'm seeing you enjoying your family, enjoying your friends. I'm seeing you enjoying your home, feeling more content within yourself, feeling more grounded within life. You know, this surrender to the divine, this full moon card, is a positive card, and it does tell you that answers are coming. So I'm not going to sit here and say that you're not going to be able to rekindle things with this person, because you very may well be able to, and it may very well be the thing that is right for you, that is for your highest good, that is what you need. But I would also be wary here, because we do have the Devil card here in amongst this lot, and we also have 3 cards here that have come in their shadow attributes. But certainly there's going to be, or there is, a transformation taking place at this time. I think within you, I think that you have been taking stock of your life. I think that things have been coming to a head for you for some time. And you've had to kind of stop and take stock and realise that this is a new phase for you. This is a new phase of growth and renewal and transformation. And I think in your heart there is this desire to rekindle something with this person. I think you're hanging on to that hope, you're hanging on to that energy. And it's perhaps keeping you a little bit stuck, a little bit enslaved in some way. You know, this is important messages, things that you need to know. And I think I can't sit here and tell you don't, or you shouldn't, or it won't work out, because I don't know that. But I think what I can tell you is that it's very, very important for you to not overthink and to not disappear down rabbit holes, and to let your intuition guide you, to let your higher good, your higher self guide you. Like I said, keep a journal, look at some tarot cards yourself, pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that you see around you. Spend some time with your family, spend some time in nature, spend some time with you, because answers are coming and you will know what to do. I think you will know what to do. I think at the moment you're not sure. You're not sure what you need to do. You're not sure what's going to happen. You're not sure what the future holds. But those things are coming and they can't be forced. They need to come in their own time as part of, I guess, the divine plan for you, your spiritual path of where you're headed. So yeah, there we go, pile number 2. I really hope that that was helpful for you. I can see that there's some pain here. I can see that there's some sadness. But there's also positivity here, and there's a chance for a new start for you, however that may take shape, and with whoever. There is definitely a chance for a new start here, for you to be a new person with a new life. So very good luck with that. I would love to hear any comments that you might have, any feedback you might have about how this reading resonated for you in the comments. Please do give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and obviously if you haven't subscribed already, please do, because it helps me to grow and it helps my channel to grow, and it really, really encourages me to come back with more videos for you. So good luck with that, pile number 2, and I shall see you again. Hello, pile number 3. We're ready for you now. I've got no incense to clear the energy. I don't know whether you watched video pile number 2, but my sage just wouldn't go out, and it just it just started to fill the room with smoke, really. So I had to pause the video and get up and open the window and really hope that my smoke detector didn't go off. So I do apologise. I normally like to give a little bit of a clear to the energies before I get going, but there we go. So for you, pile number 3, you had the elephant, and you also had this lovely snowflake obsidian here, which to me represents balance and cleansing, really, cleansing of your mind and your body. So I should put that there. So the elephant, let's have a look at the elephant here. So the keywords on this card are resolve, and you will overcome any obstacles, which is fantastic energy for an elephant, isn't it? An elephant is certainly determined, I would say. So let's have a little think about this. So this perhaps could be about having courage in your convictions, couldn't it? About just sort of putting one foot after the other and persevering, you know, having a sense of of will and resolve around what you want to achieve. And obviously, whenever we think about achieving anything or overcoming obstacles, I guess what we need to have is goals, isn't it? So perhaps this is a card of setting goals for yourself. And I think that if your goals are in alignment with your higher good, with your spiritual path, then you should be able to achieve whatever you want. And you shouldn't let your ego or your self-confidence or your fears sort of get in the way of you overcoming these obstacles. You know, that you should be able to find a way. So we'll see what your other cards have got to say here. Pile number 3. So for your Moonology card, we've got a new moon in Aries, and this says it's time to take action. So this is a new start, isn't it, really? I would say that as it's Aries, that whatever it is that you set your mind to achieving, you're quite capable of that. Aries is headstrong and confident, very much the individual, somebody who's quite capable of doing many things that they want to achieve. This is a person who would be determined. But it's time to do. It's time to do something. It's time to stop thinking about it or worrying about it. And it's time to get on with it and do. To go after your goals. Which is interesting, isn't it? As with the elephant, we had a card there of setting goals, of accomplishing goals, of overcoming obstacles that might prevent you from achieving your goals. And here we have a new moon in Aries, which to me really is a very positive card, because this is saying you can achieve whatever you want to achieve here. You know, in the build-up of energy from the new moon towards the full moon, it is a time to really focus in on what you want to achieve, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I remember from the book as well of reading about this card that this can sometimes signify a new person coming into your life, a new man particularly, as it's Aries, which is very much a masculine energy. So yeah, just as a little aside there, that could be that there's somebody new coming into your life. So we've got 2 cards actually that fit quite well together there, haven't we? We've got cards of taking action, overcoming obstacles, setting your resolve, having courage in your convictions, having a strength of will, having a purpose, being determined. I think it might also be important with this card here actually to just sort of say that it's also important to treat other people kindly and to treat other people well, to be thoughtful about other people, because this is Aries, as I said, and Aries can be a card of me, can't it? Me first. Is often the key word, isn't it, that goes with Aries, me first, being the first zodiac sign. So there's no judgment in me saying that, obviously. It's just an energy, isn't it? It's just how it is. So with your Time Island Wellness card, we've got cassette, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So that fits in very well actually with these cards as well, doesn't it? Because this is implying that maybe you haven't been taking action, or you've struggled to take action because you've been stuck in some kind of energy. You've been stuck in a thought process. There may have been some kind of self-sabotaging thoughts, sort of ending up down a rabbit hole of I can't, I won't, I shouldn't, you know, procrastinating, going back and forth, looking back over old events, perhaps things that happened in the past that didn't go so well for you, and that energy has kind of lingered and got stuck, and you felt limited by that, and you've lost confidence. It may have brought some anxiety. And I think you've doubted yourself here, pile number 3, haven't I? Because within this reading is what important messages do you need to hear today? And I think it really is that you don't need to keep replaying these events over and over, that this is outdated, it's conditioning, it's probably comes from your childhood, it's probably an outdated coping strategy, a pattern of behaviour, and it's kind of knocked you and made you feel perhaps at times that you couldn't achieve the things that you wanted to, or every time there's an obstacle, of which we have many in life, don't we? You know, we're constantly facing obstacles and challenges. It's rare that life is ever just smooth sailing all the time. We're up and down, aren't we, quite a lot, both internally and externally within our lives. And I think really both of these cards here are kind of urging you to stop thinking, stop worrying, and start doing. Do you know what I mean? I think that's what they're trying to say. And I think this card would back up what I've just said there, wouldn't it? Fuck fear. Fuck fear. It will lie to your face. Do you know, I almost feel like I have to carry this card around with me all the time. This card resonates so strongly for me. Fuck fear, it will lie to your face. And it does. You know, anxiety is neurotic, isn't it? It's irrational. Some of these things may well be based in some kind of reality from the past, but it's not now, is it? It's not the present, it's not the future, it's the past. It's rooted in the past, and it will tell you over and over again, it will be the same, it will be the same, it will happen again. Don't do it, don't try. But actually, those things are lies, aren't they? Those things are lies. So these cards fit beautifully together, don't they? As does this card here. So we've got the 5 of Pentacles here, which is Taurus. This is earth energy, and we've got this in its shadow attributes here, which really is a state of fear. This is a state of despair and fear. This is almost having given up, a loss of faith, a loss of hope. Yeah. Just not even trying anymore. Because if we look at the 5 of Pentacles in its light attributes here, this person has still got their hand out. They're still in a open, kind of engaged body language here, aren't they? Of trying to engage with the people that might be walking past. Still with hope and faith in their heart that they will get what they need, basically. But here, it's like this person has given up. Like, well, what's the point? What is the point? It didn't happen yesterday, so why is it going to happen today? It's that kind of energy, isn't it? We've got the 9 of Wands here also in its negative attributes, actually. Again, this is Sagittarius. This is the moon in Sagittarius. This is a sort of refusal to carry on, isn't it? It's just a sort of sitting down and accepting, well, what, you know, like, what's the point? What's the point? That's what I'm feeling from this card. It's just giving up. The 9 of Wands here in its light attributes, this person here may well be fed up and a bit battered and bruised and pissed off, but they're still trying. They're still trying to overcome the obstacles. They've still got this strength of will about them, this purpose about them. And this person here is just like, I can't be bothered anymore. What's the point? It won't work. It didn't work before. Why is it going to work now? I give up. I've had enough. It's that kind of thing, isn't it? Once I've got all the cards down here, I will try and summarise and bring these cards together for you with messages for you. We've got Temperance here, and we've got Temperance in its negative, in its shade, in its shadow attributes as well. Temperance is Sagittarius. Again, this is fire energy. In its light attributes, this is the pouring of water, the pouring of light, the balancing and moderating of those things. But in its shadow attributes, I think all that's being poured there is sand. It's like empty and dried out and without hope. This is negative, isn't it? This is all very, very negative. It's like it's not alive anymore, this energy, isn't it? Blimey, pile number 3, hey? Oh, and we've got the sun. I'm so pleased to see that here. We've got the sun. So this is Leo, isn't it? This is the sun. This is positivity. All things positive, all the things that we all like in life, or that most of us like anyway, getting together with family, good times, parties, the sunshine, good food, good drink, you know, watching our children having fun. This is good energy, isn't it? Good energy. We've got the 3 of Wands here. The 3 of Wands. So this is Aries energy. This is waiting, isn't it? This is like biding your time, waiting for something, waiting for good news, waiting for a new opportunity, waiting for things to change, waiting for things to feel better. You can see here she's had a shower, she's got her hair wrapped up, the postman is arriving, perhaps with good news, letters for her. The candles are burning down there. This is a patient kind of waiting, isn't it? And then we've also got the Ace of Pentacles here, which is earth energy. This is Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn. This is making a new start. This is the beginnings of a new foundation, the beginnings of a new life. So, looking at these cards, pile number 3, and thinking about what would be an important message for you at this time. It's got to be around your mindset, hasn't it? It's got to be around your mindset. That it's almost like there's been this kind of poverty of thought, this poverty of deed and emotion, that you just, it's like you've just not expected anything to go well for you. And I think because you've not expected it to, your energy has not gone into the right places. It's gone into outdated thinking, ruminating, replaying events over in your head, probably being stuck in the past way too much, just not really expecting anything positive for yourself, feeling like there's no point even starting because, well, it won't work. You know, what's the point? I give up, I give in, everything's gone to dust. You know, there's a lethargy and a despair to a lot of these cards. These cards are full of fear. And as we said with this card here, fuck fear, it will lie to your face. Life is always changing. There are always new possibilities, new options, new people. With every day that the sun rises, with every day that the sun comes up anew, we have a new chance at life. We have a new chance to put things right, to start again, to try something different, to look at something from a different angle, to experiment, to overcome challenges. There's always another day, isn't there? There's always another day. And I think that it's very easy for a lot of us to lose sight of that. I know that for me, there's been times in my life where I felt so low at times and so full of despair at times that I've really struggled to see any positivity at all. I've really struggled to hear the things that people told me, to believe that things could be different, to believe that I was capable of achieving the things that I wanted. I think that we can all go through these kind of dark night of the soul times. But I think the message here really is to try and overcome your fears, to overcome the obstacles in your life, to start doing rather than thinking. Because I think that's what's been going on a lot here, is that instead of actually doing, which does bring about changes, it has to, I think you've just been stuck internally thinking and kind of talking yourself out of things before you've even begun, really. You know, sort of sabotaging things before you've even begun. And I think out of this whole lot here, these last three cards here are really the messages of hope and positivity for you, for your future, pile number 3. Because we've got the sun, and as I said, the sun is just positivity. The sun rises every day, and with it brings new opportunities, new growth, newness, new warmth, new opportunities for us, chances to put things right, to do things differently, to have a different approach, to have a more glass half full attitude rather than a glass half empty attitude. I think the 3 of Wands here is encouraging you to be patient, to bide your time, to not fight this process, but to allow this process to unravel, and that this new start is coming and that you are very firmly part of it. this is a new start for you at the end of your reading here. It's something fresh, something new, and something that's going to bring some meaning and some purpose back to your life. So my overall message, I think, for this reading here, pile number 3, is start doing. Get out of your head. Start doing some different things. Set some goals for yourself, very, very small goals to start off with, things that are achievable, things that you can big yourself up for, big yourself up over. Like for me, for instance, with my fibromyalgia, when I'm really not very well, I sometimes just set very small goals for myself, just such things as getting up, getting showered and feeding myself. And those things are generally quite achievable, and if I can do it, I feel good about myself. And if I can actually do anything extra to that, then I feel really good about myself. So it's about your state of mind. It's about the goals that you're setting for yourself. It's about allowing yourself to feel pleased with yourself for any small goal that you have achieved, for anything that you've done for yourself or for other people that is positive. Any time that you've been able to catch yourself thinking negatively, any time you've been able to catch yourself before you've ended up down that rabbit hole and you've managed to pull yourself back and pull yourself out of it and distract yourself with something else, that's all fantastic, isn't it? That's having an inner resolve and overcoming your obstacles and not being this kind of cassette anymore, not just going over and over and over the same things, because I think that's to your detriment here, to be honest, and it's just keeping you stuck. So I hope that that was helpful for you, pile number 3. I've really enjoyed doing this video today. I appreciate sometimes I talk about things that are quite difficult for people, challenges and fears and worries. But these things are universal, these things are common to all of us, and our life is in constant flow and movement. If you've been alive for sort of any length of time at all, you very quickly start to realise that even at your lowest times, things don't stay that way. There's always something new. There's always an opportunity, should you choose to see it. So there we go, pile number 3. If you enjoyed that, I would love to hear about it in the comments. If you've got any feedback, if you just want to tell me which pile you chose, that would be wonderful. If you enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be lovely. I would really like that. And please do subscribe to my channel, because that's what's helping me to grow. It's helping my channel to grow, and it's giving me confidence and helping me to grow in life. So thank you for being here with me, and I very much look forward to seeing you again.